Y'all, I have some bean soup going in the crock pot right now, and it smells so good. Hey y'all, and welcome to today's video. So I'm finally back. Yes, I know it's been a while, and we'll talk about why whenever we get into the video. But yeah, today I just got a bunch of new makeup. We're going to play with all the new makeup. We're going to share all the things. And if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you already haven't, because why are you here if you haven't subscribed yet? So hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications so you get a notification every time I upload. And let's get into today's video. So it has been a couple weeks since you guys have seen me. First, we went on vacation, which was completely planned. I had told you guys I was going to be gone for a week. Well, the last week of vacation, that Thursday before we left to come home, I started feeling bad. And I'm actually still feeling bad today. I'm feeling better than I was, but I was like, you know what? Maybe throwing on a little bit of makeup, it helped me just feel just that little bit more that I need to give me that push. So yes, we are going to play with some new makeup today. Of course, since I haven't been here in a couple weeks, I have a lot of new makeup. Of course, I'm not going to be able to use it all, but I do have the new Monsters collection from Melt Cosmetics. I'm so excited to be using that. That was the biggest inspiration of me filming today's video. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my skin, and let me tell you, it needs it. Between being on vacation and being sick, my skin just looks and feels a little dull at the moment. So I'm just going to use this Cera Ve moisturizing lotion, and this is really all that I need to kind of pump up the skin a little bit. If you all have not used this, the Cera Ve, I swear by it. I have been using it religiously since 2017 whenever I was on Accutane. I had a hysterectomy in 2017. My body went insane. My face started to break out, and there was really nothing that I could do to stop it. And ultimately, by the end of it, the Accutane was kind of like the last resort, because the Accutane is not very good for you. You all can, of course, do your all's own research, but yeah, since Accutane, my skin is a little more on the normal to dry side, but still kind of sensitive, so I tend to stick with moisturizers that are unscented and not super heavy. And that is one of the reasons why I love this Cera Ve so much. I also use the hydrating cleanser. So if you have kind of like the same type of skin as I do, I would highly recommend this. And of course, you can always buy this in a little trial size to see if you like it. So I'm also going to prep the lips a little bit. And this is just the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oil. This is an okay lip oil. To be honest with you guys, my favorite lip oil is the one from Peri Para that you can order from Amazon. This one, whenever I first open it, it almost smells like fingernail polish. And I'm like, why does a lip oil smell like fingernail polish? But when you open it and actually smell it, it does have that minty smell, but I don't know. It's just, as soon as that you get that first pop, that scent hits you, is pure fingernail polish. So we got the skin prep, we got the lips prepped. So I wanted to, while this is kind of sitting down, I wanted to share this new collection with you guys. This is the Melt Cosmetics Monsters collection, and how cute is the inside of this box. It says Melt Monsters on it. So cute. And then of course it came with this little index card that kind of gives you an overview of what's in the collection. Super cute. So we're gonna go through this first. It looks like all the makeup comes pre-packaged like this. The first thing we got is this Creature of the Black Lagoon handheld mirror. This is super cute. And then when you turn around and look at it, you can see all the little embellishments around the edging. So sticking with the Creature of the Black Lagoon theme, we have this face gloss. Originally, I was not going to buy this whole collection. I only did because I wanted the bag, which you are going to see towards the end. But the bag had sold out and I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to get it. And there was some other makeup that I was wanting anyway. So I went ahead and just ordered the entire collection. This is what that face gloss looks like. The back of this says apply the face gloss on your eyes, cheeks, and lips. Okay, it does say smooth over your cheeks for a healthy glass skin and gloss on the lips. So I'm assuming that this is supposed to be some sort of glassy primer type thing. I don't think that I would actually use this. I don't really smell anything right off the bat, but I'm going to put some of this on the back of the hand. Okay, so it definitely comes out looking black. Okay, so you can see it looks like it does kind of sheer out to a translucent consistency. Still not really smelling anything, which I guess is a good thing. This does have a little bit of an oily feel to it. Like I said, this is probably not something that I would use on a daily basis. Actually, I don't know if I would use this at all, to be honest with you. The next item from the Creature from the Black Lagoon is this 4 quad eyeshadow palette. There's what that packaging looks like. Okay, so I was not really expecting that like pink nude shade in there, but I think that is great to give you that nice transition shade. But yeah, I'm not going to use this eyeshadow today, I don't think, because there's another palette in this collection that I want to use. But there is what the 4 shades look like in the Creature palette. Looks like they threw a little Creature of the Black Lagoon sticker in there. This set was definitely made for collectors. The last item from the Creature of the Black Lagoon is this drip lip gloss. The color is called Poison Waters. There is what that packaging looks like. This does have a scent to it, but I can't really place it. It does have more of that angled doe foot applicator. And let's see what this looks like. Okay, I'm going to get up close to show you guys what this looks like. Can you see that right there? It's almost like a greeny yellow shade. This is not something that I will use, but we're just going to put this back in the box. Whatever I don't keep from this collection, I am going to offer it to friends and family first. I don't just throw makeup away. Yeah, not a fan of that. We also got 3 items from, I guess, is their Dracula items. It looks like we got a red mascara, a drip lip gloss, and a liquid set lipstick. This lip gloss is called Horror and Terror. This is the same type of item that the one from the Creature was. There is that packaging. This is probably definitely not something that I would use either, so I'm not even going to open this one. So this liquid set lipstick is called Thirst for Blood, and it looks to be like a dark matte red liquid lip. There is the packaging that is beautiful. This kind of has that traditional vanilla frosting scent. It also has that angled doe foot applicator. Wow. Okay, and this is very, very red. That definitely is the color of blood. It almost matches my lips, or my fingernails, which I do have the blood drip nail going on right now. How beautiful was that? I don't wear red lipstick very often, but when I got rid of a lot of my old lipstick, I did get rid of my red, so it is nice for me to have a red lip in my collection again. And this is the red mascara that's called Damned. Beautiful embellishments on it. There is the wand. That is definitely like kind of a, it looks more red on camera than what it really is. It almost looks like a deep burgundy mascara. I'll probably not be using this in this video today, but if you all want to see the colors that I'm not using today in another video, please let me know and I would be more than happy to do that for you guys. Now I'm definitely wiping this red off because I can see it getting everywhere. Now that red Lippie did come off pretty easy on my hand with a Neutrogena makeup wipe, so I don't know how long lasting that lip would actually be. To be honest with you, I've never used a lip product from Melt Cosmetics, typically because you all guys already know that I'm not a big lipstick wearer anyway. So the last two things in this collection were two of the things that I was really excited about that I was planning on getting, except for the bag, which is the She's Alive. This is the Bride of Frankenstein Translucent Loose Setting Powder. And this packaging on this could not be cuter. Like, how cute is the heart hands with the Bride and Frankenstein? Like, so cute. This powder does look to have kind of a pink tint to it, so I'm really looking forward to using this. Now, last but not least is the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein eyeshadow palette. I was so excited when I saw this palette. I love the color story and I love the packaging. I'm sorry that my camera is not wanting to focus. There is what the front of that packaging looks like. How cute is that? When you turn her around on the back, it does have the name of all the shades. This does feel like a nice weighted palette. It does not feel cheap in any way. There is the palette. Such a pretty fall spooky season color story. And then, of course, you do have the full mirror up at the top. Now, I was originally not planning on doing a green look today. I had forgot that this palette also has those green shades in it, so I guess we are going to do like a grungy brown green eyeshadow look. So since we're going to be working with some color, I am going to go in and we're going to do the eyes first before we get into the complexion. And I just noticed how cute is that? It says, "You make me feel alive." I love it. Also, who out there, do you all keep your all stuff in your cartons or do you throw them away? Let me know. I am going to go ahead and show you the bag that also came with this collection. This was the thing that I wanted the most. It is so cute for anybody who is a fan and a collector of Universal Monsters. It is their Monster Sling crossbody. There is what that bag looks like. Like, how beautiful is this? If you are somebody who carries a small bag, I think this is going to be perfect for you. I am definitely going to be carrying this as an everyday bag, not just a makeup bag. It doesn't have anything on the back, but it does have two compartments. After taking all that packing out, you can really see how much room is in this bag, and there is what the lining looks like. It's this dark grungy green with different little pieces of like the Universal Monster world. I think this is so cute. Then of course you have your little melt zippers. I just think this, for anybody who loves Universal Monsters, you are gonna absolutely love this collection. And I don't know if you all can hear that, but given all the spooky vibes, you can even hear the crows outside. Per usual, I am going to first prime the lids with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. And guys, bear with me because today I have not done a full face of makeup since before I left for vacation. I guess the last video that I filmed for you guys. That is the last time that I did any sort of makeup. I didn't wear any makeup on vacation. I usually never do, even though I take way more than I think I'm gonna need. I just end up never using it. And I just blended that eye primer out with my BK A506, and I totally forgot. So if you all did not know, BK Beauty just came out with their new signature trio. This is their Holy Grail trio makeup brushes. It is the same brushes that they already have, so you don't need to go out and buy these. They just look a little bit different. They are definitely more on the metallic side now. Well, they are on the metallic side now. They do look different than before. In this set, you got your 101 contoured foundation brush, your 109 mini contoured foundation brush, and then this is the A506 from the Angie Hot and Flashy set, which that is this same, this is the same brush that I just used to blend out the concealer, and I totally wanted to use these and forgot, but we'll get into them in just a few. Since we're gonna do a green eye look today, this palette here doesn't really have a super light transition shade, so we're gonna tap into the Creature palette and we're gonna use this shade right here. This is super powdery. Wow, okay, so this shade definitely pulled like an orangey brown on my skin, then a pink. So I'm going to zoom you all in just a little bit. There we go. So you can see that color there versus nothing on this eye. I'm just using a fluffy brush to blend that out. You can really see how powdery this eyeshadow is. I'm really hoping that this shade blends with these other tones. I feel like I have not done my makeup in so long. So this shade did pull a little more orangey than I expected it to, but I think it'll be okay once we get the other colors on it. From this palette here, I'm going to pop into this taupey shade right there, which is called 1935. And I'm just using a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to focus this right in the crease. The shadow from this palette is also pretty powdery as well. So yeah, adding this taupey shade over that first orangey shade did really kind of grunge up that look a little bit, which is what I was going for. I feel like the shades in here definitely are more on the grungy side, which I think Melt does that really well. They do a lot of eyeshadow that has a lot of those really nice grungy tones to it that are pretty unique to them. I'm trying to figure out how I want to incorporate the greens into this because I really like this light pale green, but that really bright neon green is calling my name. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another small fluffy brush, and this is kind of like a small packer brush, and I'm going to take the green shade in this palette and I'm just going to pack this on this outer corner. Okay, so probably did this wrong. This doesn't have enough pigment to really cover that brown on that side. So I'm going to put some more on there. Okay, there we go. It is starting to build up now. I'm focusing this shade just on the center to the outer corner of the eye. I'm really just doing more of a packing motion and packing that green shade down. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. This eye look is really not what I was expecting it to be. I think that first color that I put on there was just a little more orange than I anticipated it to be, which I probably should have swatched it first. Despite how powdery these shadows are, I've really not had much fallout. So I think that green actually covered pretty well. And I might regret this, but I'm really wanting to use this neon green shade in this palette, but I'm worried that it's not going to look very well with kind of that orangey at the top. So I think that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use that green. I'm going to put that on the center and the inner corner of the eyelid, and then we're going to smoke some more of those browns to kind of cover up that orange. And I'm not even going to try a brush. I'm going to go straight in with the finger. There is what that looks like. Wow, okay. This is super powdery and has a lot of fallout. It is not as shimmery as I expected it to be, but it is bright. And with this not being super shimmery, I am going to try this with a brush. I'm actually going to use this little shader brush from Melt Cosmetics. This is from their Beetlejuice collection. Okay, so this shade is pretty chunky. But using this brush, it's basically just wiping away that green that we had there is gone now. So we're gonna take a step back. Use the finger again because I do feel like it is applied the best so far. And I'm just gonna get the inner corners of these eyes filled in. So I think I got this green on the eyes as bold as it's going to go. I did have to take a makeup wipe and clean up a little bit around here and my eyelashes because the powder covered my eyelashes to where they looked completely neon green. Now to kind of fix the upper portion of the eye, we're going to go in with another small brush and I'm going to fix kind of that orange shade up there to where it doesn't look orange anymore. And that already looks much better. There we go. So now we've pretty much got a green, grungy brown tone to the eye. Okay, so I don't think the eye look is like anything special right now. I was really hoping that green would have been more of a neon pop. So I think I'm going to pop into this palette and we're going to go over that with this and see how different it is from the shade that's in the other palette. This one definitely has a little more shimmer, but the undertone on this is pretty much the same as the other one. This shade looks exactly the same as the other one when you're applying it to the eye. Well, that's all I'm doing on the eyes right now because I'm not really loving them and I don't really know what I'm going to do to finish them, but we're just going to go on to the complexion. And for the primer today, I am going to be using the L'Oreal Age Perfect. This is their blurring face primer. This actually has a little bit of a rosy tint to it, and I'm really only going to focus this in the area where I have kind of the bigger pores, which is this area here. It does dry down. It just leaves a nice, like, almost like velvety texture to the skin, which I love, and I do feel that it does blur just a little bit. I am going to be using a new foundation today. I got this probably a couple months ago. This is the Armani. This is the Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. This is in the shade 3.75. This is one of their smaller versions, which I love when these higher brands foundations do these smaller versions of their foundation. I have never used this before, so I'm not quite sure on the shade match. It does come with a pump bottle. For the brush, I'm just going to be using this is the Real Techniques 259 brush. And I'm going to put some of that on the back of the hand. It is a little runny. It does have a scent to it. It does smell chemically. I don't love that. I feel like especially higher end foundations, there is no reason that the foundation should have scent to them. Like, people don't need their foundation to smell good. Alright, so this foundation is a little thin, so I'm actually going to pump that right on the brush, and then I'm going to go and blend it to the face. I will say, even though I'm not loving the eyeshadow look, it is definitely given those 90s grungy vibes, and I know a lot of people love that. This foundation is pretty thin. I am not getting full coverage. I would say it is a light to medium sheer coverage. It definitely has way more of a pink undertone than I expected it to have. It is also clinging to some of these dry patches that I have around my nose. Definitely got a little bit too much on the eyebrows. I don't think I love this foundation brush. For my face, and particularly in the size, I feel like the smaller foundation brushes are much better for me because I can be more precise with my foundation. Because my eyebrows are tattooed on, I don't really do a lot of brow products. but I typically do have to wipe them off if, like right now, I have foundation all over them because it really looks like they're kind of gray and muted at the moment. Having this blended out, it is definitely a little bit too light for my skin tone now. This might be okay by the time that winter comes. And also too, the way this looks on my skin right now, I'm not really wanting to use powder because some of the dry patches that I have around my nose, all that's going to do is accentuate that. So don't think I'm going to use powder today. This actually did dry down completely and I don't feel like it needs powder. Yeah, it doesn't feel tacky or anything like that. So that is a positive. I think I should have just prepped my skin a little bit better. I'm going to wipe some of that foundation off of my eyebrows. I keep just a little bit of makeup remover on my vanity, and I use these Q-tips that have this fat end. I get them from Ulta, and this is what I use to usually clean up mascara or any foundation on the brows like I do now. I wanted to show you guys up close. The foundation on the forehead is almost peeling when I rubbed it over itself. My face is not peeling, but that is exactly what the foundation looks like it's doing. So far, this is definitely not a win. And to be honest with you guys, I really don't want to continue with this makeup look because I feel like having this base, it's not going to give a fair assessment of how these other new products that I have are really going to work. So I am going to clean all the face makeup off and we will be right back. So all of the complexion products have been taken off and I wanted to show you an up close view of what my skin looks like right now with no makeup. There is my forehead. It's having trouble focusing, but you can see I don't have any dry flakes and it is not peeling. So I'm not saying that it was just the foundation. It could have been a mix of the foundation with a little bit of primer. I am going to hydrate my skin a little bit more this time, and I'm going to go in with the Bobbi Brown Face Base. I love this stuff so much. This is the travel size one, and I think this is just so great. Wow, you guys, my camera is having a hard time focusing today. And I actually really do love the smell of this. I think the scent along with the texture, it just feels like something that you would get on your skin at a spa. It has that citrusy smell to it and it is so nice and refreshing. I'm kind of glad that I'm applying the foundation again because I'm going to grab the 109 mini foundation brush from this new BK Beauty set. Like I said before, I really like smaller brushes for foundation, and you guys can see the size of this one. It is so nice. Like, it just fits in all the right places. Here is their normal foundation brush versus the mini. You can really see the difference in these two brushes. I just absolutely love this mini. And then just for comparison, here is the brush that I used for primer earlier, and here is the one that came from the set. They are exactly the same. They are just colored a little bit differently. So if you already have these brushes, you absolutely do not need this brush set. unless you're just a collector. It also does come with this little BK Beauty makeup bag that you can also store your brushes in. So for foundation, I'm not going to use anything new. I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This is definitely one of the best foundations that have come out. I just love this brush. I feel like it fits everywhere. It goes between the eyebrows perfectly. I don't feel like I'm getting a bunch of foundation in my hair. I can get right on that hairline, and it just it applies so nice. This is one of the best foundation brushes ever made, especially if you're somebody like me who is more petite. The smaller brushes are just great for people like us. I also want to note that this is an $8 foundation that is absolutely beautiful. So there is no reason that a brand like Armani that I was just using before cannot come out with a foundation that doesn't have a perfumey smell to it. I should have used this foundation to begin with because I already know how this wears. So I think this is going to be a really good foundation to try this loose powder on. Before we go in with any sort of powder, I do have a new cream blush that I want to use. This is the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush, and I got the shade Petal Poppin. This seems to be the shade that is most loved. There is that shade there. This is a cream blush. So we are going to go in with the BK. This is the N17. This is part of the Nikki LaRose brush set. And we are going to use the white side of this. This is definitely more for cream products. Doesn't really have a scent to it. Now, I have never used one of these, and I don't know how pigmented they are, so we're going to do a little bit on the brush, and then I'm going to take some of that and kind of diffuse that on a paper towel, just so it's not so bam in your face. And now we're going to apply this to the cheeks. So I don't know if I just wiped off too much, but this was not as pigmented as I expected it to be. Honestly though, right now, that is actually a pretty good wash of color for me. I dip back in it. I'm not going to wipe any of it off. And on this side, we're just going to see how pigmented this blush is. Okay, so this is actually pretty easy to work with. I dipped into this a couple times, and really I don't think this went on super harsh, which is nice, especially when you're fair complected. It's really easy to go overboard with blush really quickly. This is actually really pretty and looks like a really nice natural wash of color for me. So if you are fair complected to light skin like I am, I think this shade Petal Poppin is going to be so good for you. Yes, that added a really nice pop of pink tone to the skin. I really like that. We're going to go in with bronzer and then we'll come back to the setting powder. I do have a new bronzer. It's also from Fenty, and this is their Stlkr Instant Warmth Bronzer in the shade 01 Inda Sun. Has a really nice gold packaging. I have never used one of her powder bronzers before. There's what that looks like. It doesn't look super dark for me, so we'll see how this applies. Because I don't really know how bold this is going to be, I'm actually going to go in with a more fluffy brush. And this is actually just the Haley's Beauty powder brush. Here is the amount that I have on the brush. Some of that off on the paper towel, and then we're just going to apply it to the forehead. Moved you all back just a little bit. I'm gonna have to figure out why my camera's not wanting to focus either. Alright, so I think this shade of bronzer is actually really good for me. It's not super orange at all, which I love. It does look pretty light in the pan, and I would say it is pretty true to color. It's not too dark. It's not pulling orange. It blended out very nicely with this brush. Alright, yeah, so I'm really happy with that. Now we're going to go in and we are going to set the face with the Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein setting powder. So I'm actually going to use this small tapered brush. And I feel like everything has set down really good. The foundation sits perfectly by itself. You really don't need a setting powder, I don't think. It really just depends on what type of look you want your skin to have. I like to take just a little bit of that loose powder and just put it a little over the face. Kind of set everything down and make everything look like one. So now we're going to go in and we're going to finish the eyes, but I'm going to move you all in just a little bit. I think I'm going to use this green here, and we're going to add some of that to that lower lash line. I'm taking this little flat brush here, dip into that shade right there. We're going to just stamp this underneath that lash line. I have gotten so used to always having a color underneath my lower lash line. If I do an eyeshadow look and I don't add something under here, it just looks incomplete. And before I add any more color to that brush, I'm going to take a small brush, like this pencil brush here, and I'm going to just smoke that green out a little bit, because I don't really think it needs any more color down there. Alright, so I think that added just enough color on that lower lash line. For mascara and eyeliner, I think we're going to go in with brown today. For the eyeliner, this is just the Sephora 12 Hour, and this is their waterproof version. The shade of this is called Tiramisu. I think brown was a good choice for the eyeliner. If you are looking for affordable eyeliners, the Sephora eyeliners are so good. They make one of my favorite black eyeliners that are out there. Now for mascara, we're going to go in with the Essence Lash Princess, and this is in the brown shade. Just remember that I did get a new lash curler from Haley's Beauty and totally forgot about it. I have been told and have seen a lot of people say to heat up your eyelash curler before you use it. Does that really work for people who need help with the eyelashes? Because I've told y'all before, my lashes did not come in the way that they were before chemo, which sucks. Alright, now that we got that done, I am just going to use the Milani. This is the Make It Last. This is their setting spray. One of the best setting sprays on the market. So the only new lip products that I got are the new lipsticks from Dolly Beauty. Dolly Parton finally has launched a beauty collection, and the first products that she came out with was a lipstick, and it came in 4 shades. Now, let me tell you, when I saw that these were coming out, first of all, I was like, yes, thank you, Dolly, coming out with makeup. And 2, the packaging. I wanted these lipsticks just for the packaging alone. So there are 4 shades in total, and unfortunately I only have 3 right now because the 4th one is sold out. You do have the ability to buy these in a bundle of 4, which what I was originally planning on doing because I knew I wanted all 4 of them for my collection. And I just waited too long and it was sold out. Actually, when you're watching this video right now, I don't know if it's been restocked or not. But I am going to swatch the 3 shades for you that I have. Now, here is the packaging. It is absolutely beautiful. However, when I got these in the mail, I was so disappointed. Yes, this is pretty. Don't get me wrong, it's going to look really pretty sitting over on your shelf in your beauty room. But it feels so cheap, like child's makeup. I was like, what? Like, you all couldn't have come out with just a little bit better packaging? Like, yes, it's beautiful, but it's plastic. Like, I have e.l.f. lipstick that feels better quality than this, and it's a fraction of the price. Now, to open these, the top pushes in and it comes out the bottom. Now, when you take this off, this feels even more cheap than with the lid on it. Now, this is in the shade Birthday Suit, and y'all, this shade is so ugly. Like, yeah, I know there's people out there that this is gonna be their perfect nude, and I'm sorry, but it is ugly. I did try every one of these on, and they just ain't it. That is what that looks like on me, y'all. That looks like poop. I'm sorry. There also is a little bit of a perfumey scent to them, which I don't love. So there is the first shade that is called Birthday Suit. We have this purpley toned shade that is called Honey Plum. There is what that looks like. There is the swatch of that. It is also quite ugly. And then the third that I have is Jolene Red. This is a beautiful, like this one's not even working. Yeah, this packaging is awful. There we go. Here is Jolene Red. Now that is a beautiful red lipstick. All three of these are very creamy. I cannot attest to how long they wear because I have not worn these. For anybody interested, I just wanted to kind of pop them in this video. If you even wanted to attempt to buy any of these lipsticks. They are beautiful, don't get me wrong. They're definitely gonna look pretty sitting over there in my lipstick collection. I'm still not feeling that good, y'all. I really hope whatever this is either subsides quickly because I've been feeling like shit for over a week now, or they tell me on Wednesday that I have some sort of funk. Alright, so now to finish the look, I do have two new lip products from ColourPop. This is their Lippie pencil, and this is in the shade Oh Snap. And this is their ColourPop So Juicy Plumping Gloss Balm. And this is in the shade Vacay mode, which I did take this with me on vacation and never used it. There is the lip liner in the shade Oh Snap. This is like my perfect nude lip liner. This I have used before. Y'all, that soup is smelling so good. Alright, so I definitely did overline the lips with this. I love this shade. It is just a nice cool tone nude pink. Now, this is new to me. I have no idea how these wear. I guess. Oh. You're supposed to click it up. Oh, okay, now I see it coming up. So it just is sticking up a little bit. Oh, wow, okay. I was totally not expecting that. It definitely has more of a glossy, balmy consistency to where I feel like you definitely don't need to put gloss on with this. It smells like vanilla cupcakes, which I love. That is my favorite way for lip products to smell. I love it. Oh, this must be Plumping. It does say Plumping Gloss Balm. Okay, I am feeling a little bit of that minty ting. I don't know if I just got too much on, but it is a little thick. So this definitely does have a little bit of ting and zing. Why am I saying ting? Zing. It has that minty zing, and it definitely feels better after I've kind of dabbed a little bit off, because I do feel like it definitely like clumped up the more that I put on. And I do like that it gives that glossy look to that lip to where I can kind of bypass the gloss and I can just carry this with me whenever I need to reapply it. Y'all, that breeze is coming through here so nice. I just love fall. So that is it for today's video. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I think we definitely had some wins today. There is a lot of stuff from the Monsters collection that I don't think people are going to use on a normal basis. So I don't think buying that whole collection is going to be for everybody. However, I do think if you are a collector, I do think the eyeshadow palettes are really nice. However, I don't think you need both of them. I would say, just in my opinion, you can use this one to give kind of your neutral looks and with your little bit of pop of color, and it will save you from having to buy this one. I am super happy to be using the new BK Beauty brushes. Like I said, they're not anything new. They just come in a new set, and I am all about supporting BK Beauty. You guys know that they are my favorite brush brand out there. So if you don't have any brushes and you're wanting to start out, I highly recommend purchasing this trio. I think it is going to be so great for somebody new into makeup or somebody just wanting to try some new brushes. I highly recommend these. I was really happy with both the Fenty bronzer and the blush. I cannot wait to use this again. I understand now why Petal Poppin is loved by so many. It just gave you that nice wash of pink. I am super happy with it, and I love the bronzer. I think it gives just enough warmth to my skin without looking overly orange. So this is going to be definitely one of my go-to bronzers going forward, because I definitely think it's one of the best in my collection. Just want to finish off with the Dolly lips. Like I said, these are beautiful for a collector. I would definitely get that Jolene red. It is a beautiful red lipstick, but I don't think the other two that I have are going to be very user friendly to a lot of people. Now, when that other one comes out, which is more of that pinky nude color, I will be purchasing that one, because that is the one that I think would be the most nude for me and my skin tone. So I will give you guys an update on that when I do finally get it. So yeah, that is it. Let me know down below if there is any other themed spooky makeup that you all are looking forward to trying this year. Also, yes, it is spooky season, but we are in Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you guys know that I'm currently fighting breast cancer, and I would love to sit down with you all this month and talk about my journey and everything that I've been through, in hopes that it helps other people out there. So, wow, try not to get emotional. If that is a video that you all would like to see, please let me know, and I will try to get that filmed for you all this month. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye.